won the Canadian Junior A Hockey Championship.
For almost 40 years, Junior A teams have competed for the right to be named Canada's best.
Here's Brown, right in front, and he scores! 3-on-1, in front, Francis scores!
20 seconds to go. Unbelievable!
Over the years, it has proven to be a successful breeding ground for future NHL stars.
Soares, Turris scores! There's the hat trick.
Today, new stars will shine and a new champion will be crowned. It's the 2008 RBC Cup, next on TSN.
Welcome to Cornwall, Ontario. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. A special day for all the moms, especially the mothers of sons who are playing in the RBC Cup, the Junior A Hockey Championship. The Humboldt Broncos from Saskatchewan, the Camrose Kodiaks from Alberta will meet today on this ice surface at Ed Lumley Arena in Cornwall for the RBC Cup. And hi, everybody, I'm Rod Black. Welcome to the 2008 RBC Cup. The long season, the odyssey for so many of these teams, for so many of these players, comes down to 2 teams and 1 game. And we're happy to have in the booth with us 4-time Stanley Cup champion Jeff Bukaboom, who also, by the way, folks, happens to be a Junior A owner.
That's correct. Lindsay Muskie's my hometown. Been owner for 3 years now.
Maybe someday down the road you may not be able to broadcast here because your team will be playing in the championship. But let's talk about these 2 teams. This is really the dream final. They deserve to be here.
Absolutely. They were 1-2 most of the year, flip-flopping a little bit throughout towards the end of the season. They definitely deserve to be here. One of the teams going to walk away with the national championship, and rightfully so.
Very similar records as well. Let's take a look at the road to get here for the Camrose Kodiaks, the AJHL champions, won in 7 games over Fort McMurray. They beat the Pictou County Weeks Crushers from the Maritimes yesterday, 3-0. They've only allowed 4 goals all week, and this is the guy who stirs the drink for the Kodiaks.
Yeah, it's Colburn. He's an amazing player, big, 6'4", 200 pounds. He's only going to get bigger. He's ranked in the first round of the draft this year, and he's an exceptional player.
We'll be watching Joe Colburn today. Let's talk now about the Humboldt Broncos. Again, a very similar record as they also had some adversity along the way, some elimination games. They did sweep Portage to win the Anavet Cup. Yesterday, they beat the host team from Cornwall 6-1. They are led by a guy who's got the perfect name for a hockey player and the perfect hair for a rock star.
Yeah, Brady Wacker is, I think he's key to this team because I think he runs the power play for this team, and I think he's going to be one of those guys. He might be the hero by the end of the day.
These 2 teams met earlier in the week. Camrose won 2-1, a thriller there. The last time they met in the final here, 2003, and Humboldt, the Broncos, were the champions. So a lot on the line today. The RBC Cup will be won by who? We'll find out coming up next.
The 2008 RBC Cup on TSN is brought to you by Esso, proud sponsor of hockey in Canada for over 70 years. At Esso, we're drivers too. By the RBC Local Hockey Leaders Program. Visit RBCinsurance.com to see the stories of this year's 13 winners. By Nike Bauer, the equipment brand of choice for Team Canada. And by TELUS, the future is friendly. The 2008 RBC Cup on TSN is brought to you by Chevrolet. Hockey brings Canadians together, and Chevrolet brings Canadians to hockey. Share your hockey stories at letsgochevrolet.ca. And by Molson Canadian, the true taste of the game.
Well, a familiar voice and face, Lyndon Slewage, of course, up the road. The Ottawa Senator fans know him well. The anthem singer there. Welcome inside Ed Lumley Arena. Good crowd on hand. All-Western shootout here in the East. Here are our starting goaltenders for the Humboldt Broncos. Taylor Nelson set an SJHL record for goals against and shutouts this year. He is the guy for the Humboldt Broncos. And Alan York for the Camrose Kodiaks Also a big year for him, but he has faced some adversity. He has played injured this week. Our starting goaltender brought to you by totally new Chevrolet Malibu 2008 North American Car of the Year. Our referees, Dave Lewis, Chris Harrington, John Dilworth. Here we go. Camrose, Humboldt, game on. One game, Jeff Bukaboom, for the RBC Cup.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. This is what these guys play their whole minor hockey career for.
Talked about Brady Wacker. He's on the ice for Humboldt to start this game. One of the defensemen wears number 5. Camrose in white. The Humboldt Broncos in green. And already we have a penalty as the bodies are banging.
Yeah, this is going to be a key here because these special teams on both of these teams are a big part of their game.
Torrey Allen will go to the box here. Running a Kodiak into the boards right here. And again, Dave Lewis wasted no time. Wyatt Hamilton involved.
I think the player was in a little bit of a vulnerable situation. I think that's why he made the call.
Our first look now at number 12, Joe Colburn. And look out, here goes Mike Connolly. And quickly smothered by Taylor Nelson. Again, watch number 12, Joe Colburn for Camrose. And also number 20, Mike Connolly. Those are the two go-to guys. Here's the head coach and general manager of the Humboldt Broncos, Dean Brockman.
Yes, Dean's been with the team a long time.
Puck now sent down the ice. Carl Stollery, the defenseman, who will go to Merrimack College next year from Armina, Alberta. Number 3, good skating defenseman. No wonder his hero is Scott Niedermeyer.
Well, the key to both these teams is going to be, it has been on the whole tournament and special teams, and you've seen right away how Camrose having a tough time getting set up on the power play here.
Here's Connolly. Connolly and Colburn were members of Team Canada for the World Junior A Challenge, the Western team. Played last November in Trail, BC. They won gold medals. Now a 2-on-1 shorthanded for the Broncos. Steven Schrader out there. His twin brother is also on the team, and it comes back with a minute to go in the Camrose power play, and Humboldt still with the puck.
Yeah, Camrose got caught deep with 4 guys and turned into a long 2-on-1, but because of a great back check, it didn't last long.
Taken away now by Andre Herman. 30 seconds to go. Number 25 is Colin Duick. Back to Herman. Out there with Alex McLeod and also with Sean Ostro. 25 seconds to go in what has been an ineffective power play so far for a team that's got a very good power play, the Camrose Kodiaks.
Both these teams are aggressive penalty killers, and you can see how they take away time and space on any situation.
Some banging again along the wall here. Wacker out there takes a whack at one of the Kodiaks, and the backhand will kill off this penalty.
Obviously a good kill. Just like I said, there's not a lot of time and space when these guys get into their penalty kill situation.
Back down to Brady Wacker. Played at a national championship before in the midget ranks. Andreasen, David Andreasen, number 9 for Camrose, with a shot that was off the mark. Wyatt Hamilton. Also there is number 23, Owen Chatwin, wearing the cage. Kind of a cautious opening so far for both teams.
Yeah, you can see how Humboldt, they got a good penalty kill under the belt, and obviously Camrose couldn't do much in the power play.
Andreasen, and it's offside.
Yeah.
Here is the head coach and general manager of the Camrose Kodiaks, is Boris Rybalka. Rybalka was the coach, the gold medal winning coach for that Canada West team at the World Junior A Challenge.
Yeah, he's been with his organization a long time, and you can see how when the players come to the bench, he tries to get them refocused. He tries to really make sure they're prepared for that next shift.
A lot of the players here say he is a genuine motivator. Here comes Connolly, quick feet off the backside of Colburn. Joe Colburn, the CJHL Player of the Year. Big kid, skates tall, and carries a long stick, very long stick, but
Yeah, Rybalka, you know, you're talking about him being a real motivator and everything. He'll actually phone the parents and see what he can get out of the kid. How can he approach the kid to get that best out of that certain player.
And he's gotten the best out of that guy, Joe Colbert. And there's Boris Rybalka. He's been with the organization for 10 years now. Andre Herman voted most sportsmanlike this week here at the RBC Cup. Back to get it now. Mitchell stretch along the boards, and number 6 for Camrose, Dean Petio. Slap shot off the mark from one of those twin brothers. That's Scott Schrader. Stephen and Scott. Scott wears number 7. Stephen number 10. Nice back pass to one of the Schrader boys. And he's stopped by Alan York, who lost his mask.
Yeah, the two guys run into each other and then had a couple breakdowns down low, and obviously a great situation when the goalie came up with a huge save, and then the whistle had to go because his helmet came off.
And there it is there. We'll watch the two twins, and we'll watch Alan York. Found out yesterday this young goalie has been playing with a broken hand, his catching hand.
Yeah, it seems like he's obviously a tough kid who's capable of carrying this team, and he's found a way to play through that pain, and it's got to be real tough for a goaltender to have that injury.
Matthew Kersinger out there, his line for Humboldt. There he is behind the net now. Going to get it is Andreasen. Sent down the ice. Taylor Nelson to play it. Brady Wacker, we've almost played 5 minutes, and I don't think Brady Wacker's been off the ice. They rely on him a lot.
It's easy to see him out there with that hairdo.
I don't think I'd ever see you wearing that half and half. A half dyed, half blonde, half green. I'm not quite sure what that is, but both teams. In fact, Camrose, all of their players are dyed blonde this week. Something they do in the junior ranks. I guess it's a team building thing.
Even the coach.
Even the coach got some highlights. The highlight, of course, however, the big one is to win the RBC Cup. We'll come back to Cornwall after this. So now the Camrose Kodiaks have a man down with Mike Connolly penalized right here.
Yeah, it's tough to see what penalty is here.
He'll come into the picture. Looks like a boarding or roughing call. Boris Rybalka talking with his team now. And this Kodiak team has been unbelievable on the PK.
And vice versa. Humboldt's been pretty efficient on the power play, so it's going to be one of those situations where which team's going to bend.
Leading scorer for the Broncos, number 12, Jordan Schindel in the faceoff circle. Out there as well with number 11, Edward Gale. Gale in the corner trying to get the puck from Stollery, along with Schindel. Also out there is Laurent Benjamin, number 15, on the power play for Humboldt. Kept in at the line. There's Schindel now.
Absolutely. You see, talking to the coach yesterday, how aggressive this team is on the penalty kill. All over the ice, there's no taking away as much space and time as they can.
Down the ice now. Minute to go, just over a minute in the power play.
They try to put as much pressure down ice as much as they can also. It's one of their trademarks. Laurent
Benjamin dumping it in. Gale giving chase. There's Gale along the boards, and again a no-go. Knocked back to the Humboldt blue line. Just over 14 minutes to go in a scoreless first period so far.
Similar to what we've seen on the opposite side, we're having a tough time getting entry here on the power play. Humboldt is.
Number 18 out there, Russ Nielsen, the captain of the Broncos. Braden Klamosko along the boards. Scott Schrader now has it. Schrader. Brady Wacker. Shot is blocked. Nice block there from David Jacobson. Only 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Wacker now with a Feed on the left side to Kamosco. Try to find Steven Schrader and could not, and the penalty has now expired. Kamosco whipping it behind the net. 13 minutes to go in the first period here in Cornwall.
I don't think they even got a shot in Humboldt. I think the pressure was so extreme they had a tough time getting to the net.
Justin Stosky just wallpapered Richard Petio. Dean Petio, rather. Dean Petio, number 6. A lot of hitting going on here early in this game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shots. Looking at the shot clocks here, and there's only been 1 or 2 big saves. And it seems like they're feeling each other out right now.
Stosky on the forecheck. Now along the wall. Oh, what a hit. Walker does so in Chatwin. And a whistle.
So now we know why we call him Whacker.
Whacked him. My goodness. Here's Stosky
hit
on Dean Petio. His brother Richard is part of the Kings organization, and there's Whacker.
Wow, he really stood him up nice. That's what you expect from your best defensive defenseman there, to stand up in the neutral zone as much as you can and separate him from the puck.
Joe Colburn on the ice again with Mike Connolly and also Jesse Todd on that line. It's been a dynamite combination. Connolly will be going to Minnesota Duluth next year. Colburn, the University of Denver, one of the top rated prospects in the NHL entry draft.
Yeah, he's exceptional talent, and he's only going to get better from everything I've seen and heard about this young man.
Puck kept in at the line, still kept in. Buchanan. Connolly on the doorstep, turns. Mike Connolly still has it. Connolly fakes a shot, lets it go, stopped by Nelson. Banked off the boards and down the ice.
Well, Camrose counts on this line to provide some offense. They're getting a little bit of a spark, and they're desperately needed right now.
Alex McLeod bumped off the puck. Andre Herman. Nelson gives it away. Loose puck in front. And here come the Broncos. Schindel backhanded into the Kodiak zone. Haven't been a lot of shots or quality scoring chances so far. 2 top-ranked teams in Canada.
Well, a lot of times in a situation like this, Riley, the teams are really trying to feel what the other team's trying to present to each other. Here's a break here, obviously.
Wyatt Hamilton all alone. Oh, what a save. Nelson with a good pad save and an icing call. And the Broncos dodge a Kodiak bullet early on. It's still scoreless. There's Taylor Nelson out of Regina, Saskatchewan, the 20-year-old who had a fine season. Will be going to Ferris State. Made a good stop here on Wyatt Hamilton.
Hamilton came off the bench, split the D, got a bit of a lucky bounce, but stayed with it and got a great opportunity here, almost opened the scoring. Obviously, Nelson made a great save on the partial breakaway.
Goals against average this year was 1.74. There's Wyatt Hamilton, the 19-year-old from Cochrane, Alberta. And again, you can see that a hairstylist has been very busy this week. Quick shot on Nelson. In tight, still another stop. Jesse Todd, 2 good chances. Here comes Scott Schrader out there with his twin brother. Schrader into the belly of Alan York. So how tough is it right now for Alan York? Again, we saw him yesterday in the semifinal. Looked like he might have been struggling with his glove hand a little bit. Apparently, it's the index and the middle finger of his catching hand that has been affected.
Well, I think it's something that's going to be, something obviously he can deal with. But, squeezing that puck, making sure you don't give up the juicy rebounds, that's the key to it, an injury such as that. Okay. Seems like Camrose is starting to get their feet underneath them. They have started to create a few chances here, and they're starting to get on the forecheck pretty hard.
Sean Ostro behind the net, couple bodies flying, and once again here comes Whacker. Looking up ice with the Schrader brothers out there.
He certainly is the key to this team, I think, that Wacker. He seems to be doing it all for this team already early in this game.
Stosky, a shot from the point. Steven Schrader wears number 10. Scott wears number 7. Again, identical twins. Another point shot off the mark from the captain, Russ Nielsen.
Yeah, identical twins who shoot. They shoot different ways. This is really unusual.
Yeah, mirror images.
Yeah. You know, not too often you see a right and a left-hand shot. They're, I think they're a big part of the team. The one straight, especially the centerman, he's an exceptional penalty killer for him, Steven.
Stollery loses the puck to Stosky. Connolly trying to find Colburn. Joe Colburn has not made his presence felt yet in this game, but guaranteed he will. Along the board, Stosky rubbed out by the tiny tornado, Mike Connolly. Not the biggest guy on the ice, but boy, big heart. Stosky again. Shot off the mask into the glove of Alan York.
Well, obviously, to win a championship team, you got to have courage, and we're looking at this injury that the goalie has. It's not an easy injury for any goalie, for that matter, but obviously he's feeling a way to deal with it.
Yeah, so it actually is the ring finger and the pinky of that catching hand. Now Wyatt Hamilton, he's had the best scoring chance so far, and a whistle.
Yeah. Well, we've seen Connolly the last shift, make his presence felt. He is one of the keys to this team, and leader, obviously, on and off the ice.
Icing call brings it back down into the Camrose zone. 9:03 to go in the first period. The Camrose Kodiaks and the Humboldt Broncos Junior A Championship. Draw one. York in front. A good chance here for the Broncos. Kersinger won the draw, and he had a very good opportunity, and once again a whistle here. And it all was precipitated by the face-off.
Yeah, it's so often you see here, it looked like Camrose even won the draw. They all collapsed back to the net and blocked the shot, but it's a good opportunity early for, obviously, Humboldt.
Edward Gale out on the ice now with Jordan Schindel. Gale wears number 11. Laurent Benjamin along the wall has it. Back to get it now with Scott Buchanan, who did not play yesterday. I see a lot of ice time today because one of their leaders for the Kodiaks, Nigel Dubé, has been playing with a separated shoulder, number 4.
Obviously a very courageous player. I think a real leader on their team. I think sorely missed. Obviously big shoes to fill for number 5.
Brady Wacker now. Cross ice pass for Benjamin. Gale trying to get it along the boards. There's Benjamin again. Back to Wacker. Wacker fires. It's blocked. And Hedio flips it down the ice. Brady Wacker tries a stretch pass here. Benjamin with a chip pass up to Gale. Ed Gale's seen a lot of ice time so far here today. That line was Schindel and Benjamin. Colburn now on the right side. Jesse Todd off the blocker of Nelson. Kept in by Stollery. Tipped in front by Todd. Banging away with Matt Rintoul. Still has it. Backhand. Loose in front. Connolly takes a whack at it. Stollery one-timer. Broncos trying to get it out now, and they do, down to the blue line of the Kodiaks. Connolly to Todd. Nice move there to hang on to the puck. Colburn is behind him. Good stick handling. Nice work there. Crafty from Jesse Todd. Dueck with a point shot. Colburn fighting in the corner now. Wins the battle.
This line of Todd, Colburn, and Connolly, they've really taken control of this game when the puck gets in the Humboldt end. They've really taken advantage of the situation.
Wyatt Hamilton out there with them now, too. And here comes Scott Schrader. Looking for Klamosko, Braden Klamosko. Still scoreless. Inside 7 minutes, first period at the RBC Cup. Well, the 2008 IIHF World Championship next. The Americans and Finland. Canada will play Finland tomorrow. It's on TSN. By the way, ticket information. Halifax, Quebec City, of course, hosting the World Championship. Log on to hockey2008.ca. We are in Cornwall, Ontario. City with a great history of hockey. Junior teams, the Royals, of course, Memorial Cup champions. Mark Crawford was a captain of that team a few years ago. The Los Angeles Kings coach was a speaker here this week. Dale Howardchuk, Dan Daoud, Doug Gilmour. You think about all the great players that played in this fine city. One-timer there by Colburn. Had it blocked by the Broncos. Todd, Colburn, and Connolly all out there again.
You see the coach for Camrose was trying to get this line right back out there because of they seem to be dominated down low in the Humboldt end.
Connolly now has it. Behind the net for Jesse Todd. In front. Kept in by Dewitt. Colburn takes a shot. Blocker save. It was off the mark, however. A rangy, towering centerman, Joe Colburn. You're going to hear a lot about him. He is the new poster child for Junior A hockey in Canada. The guy who took over from Kyle Turris, who, of course, is a member of the Phoenix Coyotes now.
Well, he's in the mold of a Joe Thornton. That's what everyone's likening him to. He seems to really skate better than he appears. He's faster than he appears, but he's one of those players. He's only going to get bigger and stronger and better.
He's done a lot already, obviously, and again, part of that World Junior A Challenge team back in November in Trail. 0-0 here in Cornwall so far. Schindel now down the left side out there with Gale and Benjamin. Wacker keeping it in. Scott Buchanan lost it. Schindel back to Gale. Out there, Benjamin behind him as they try to cycle the puck. There's not a lot of room. Wacker in front. Nice adept feed. Gale is hauled down. We have a penalty. Scott Buchanan will go off for hauling down the Humboldt Broncos.
Yeah, it started from a great cycle down low. Wacker obviously part of the play again, as usual, it seems. Guy gets beaten off the boards and has to haul him down to prevent a good scoring opportunity. Big save by the goalie again.
Scott Buchanan goes off, and now the Broncos power play goes back to work here. Scott Schrader. Steven Schrader in front. There is a good chance off the post.
Often when you see a pressure penalty kill, if you get a face-off down their end and win the draw, you can set up and get in a bit of a set that you're really looking forward to. And obviously off that draw, they created some chances. And then here's another one.
Van de Sype had a great opportunity. There he is, Tanner Van de Sype. Wacker over to Schrader, back to Van de Sype. Lets it fly. Again, blocked in front. Van de Sype again. One-timer from Wacker through traffic. And the net is knocked off. Tanner Van de Sype. Glorious chance here, the 19-year-old from Radville, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you can see off the draw they get it in a set they're liking, and you can tell they practice this and they discuss, and this brings it right off the post.
And then Steven Schrader. The Schindel line out there now. Nielsen wrists one from the point. Nielsen and Rintoul on the point. 1:05 to go in the power play for Humboldt. Nielsen in front, loose puck.
Oh,
Schindel had it knocked away.
nice block. Nice block for the Camrose goalie.
Colburn out there killing penalties. Nielsen retreats now. 40 seconds to go. 4 minutes in the first period, and we have a whistle. Well, a number of block shots here, and Joe Colburn couldn't get a puck out that time. Boris Ravalka says, hey, whatever you do, let's get that puck out.
Yeah, you can see here in this situation here, the defense went down Stollery and might have saved the goal. The goalie looked like he was a little bit caught on the situation.
Brady Wacker is out there again, loses it to Wyatt Hamilton. 35 seconds to go in the Bronco power play.
Hamilton's had a real strong game. I think he's been a real factor, and every time he's been on the ice tonight for Camrose.
Far side now, taken away right there, and adeptly by Andrew McWilliam. McWilliam will go to the University of North Dakota next year. For many of these junior A players, chance to get a scholarship down south or in Canada. It's what they play for. Many of them not only into the athletics, but also the academics. Now Ed Gale. Gale with a chance in front, backhand scores!
What a great play.
Ed Gale. And if that number looks familiar, and that kid looks familiar, there's good reason. Watch the move he makes here.
Yeah, he made a great play, a strong move coming out of the corner. Gary Lehman's cousin, that's where the number comes from. That's where the move comes from. He was a goal scorer himself in his own day. From Notre Dame, early in the year, came over halfway through the season to Humboldt. Obviously a big goal.
So Ed Gale makes it 1-0 Broncos. Colburn now. Dean Petio from his knees. Colburn gives chase. So far, the Broncos winning a few of the battles here. Humboldt earlier this week in the round-robin game led 1-0, but Camrose scored 2 in the third period to win it 2-1. Look at Colburn. How good he is on the puck. Colburn still with the puck. Todd now has it. 2.5 minutes to go, first period. McWilliam. Connolly behind the net. Petio trying to pinch in and keep it in. Petio. And he's bumped against the goalpost here. It's 1-0 Broncos at the RBC Cup. There he is, the cousin of Ed Gale. That's what he's known as now. The cousin. Gary Lehman, former Leaf, former Flame, former Montreal Canadian. Guy who scored 50 goals with the Buds, and of course, he started really his hockey career blossoming in Saskatchewan at Notre Dame, part of that famous Hound line, remember?
Absolutely. And Gale's now taking over from, taking the spotlight away from him for the first time. So everyone gets their 15 minutes, seconds of fame or whatever it may be.
Yeah, well, he wears number 11 like his cousin. And he has the opening goal here this afternoon in Cornwall. Colburn on the ice again with Connolly and Todd for Camrose. Face-off won by the Broncos. Stollery almost lost it. Dane Lindskog almost took that puck away on a breakaway. Petio now. Down the right side. Torrey Allen, number 23. Up there with Lindskog and Matt Kersinger.
I think it's obviously the first goal is the most important goal of the game, and especially with them Humboldt playing a late game last night, I think it's a real boost to them to get that early lead.
Broncos last night 6-1 winners over the host team here. Kodiaks 3-0 winners over their representatives from the Maritimes, Pictou County Weeks Crushers. Rather impressive wins by both teams and showing why they were ranked number 1 and 2. Kept in by the Kodiaks. Nice play there from number 22, Mitchell Stretch. Scott Schrader on the right side. Nice move there to hang on to the puck. Herman now gives it off to Alex McLeod, and it's gloved by Taylor Nelson. So in the mold of the Sutter brothers, although they don't really play like Richie and Ron, do they? The Schrader twins
Well, I think they're a big part of this team. Their brother plays in Princeton. I think he played here also, but I'm not sure. But they're a big part of this team, and I think they're showing a lot of their leadership tonight.
Their brother Brad certainly cheering them on in Princeton.
Camrose sure likes to get on the cycle here, and they're trying to wear him down a little bit. I think it's because they did have a late game last night, and they had the earlier game. Maybe they feel there's advantage there.
Nelson, a quick love inside the final minute here in the first period. Taylor Nelson, the Humboldt Broncos. Been a good year for the 20-year-old from Regina.
Yeah, he's had a great season. I think he's a huge part of this team. Had breakout season, and they're looking forward to him to carry the mail. He looks pretty sharp so far today.
You told me before this game, you know, out of all the keys for the Humboldt Broncos, the number one key is number one.
It always seems to be the most important position on any team is the goaltending, obviously. And he seems to be bringing his A game tonight already.
Trying to keep it in. Todd has had a number of chances for the Kodiaks. York has to play this puck, but it was an icing call. No touch icing, of course. Junior A hockey.
And Nielsen, he sure looks comfortable in his net right now. And you can tell he's in position. He's seeing the puck very well. There's one shot he's seen, and it came through a screen and got his blocker on it. You know, it's going to be a long day for Camrose. They can't solve that problem.
Broncos won the RBC Cup in 2003 and then went through a rebuilding process. It's taken 3 years for their general manager and head coach, Dean Brockman, to bring this team back to the RBC final. They've had a great season. Again, ranked #1 for a long time. Lost their #1 ranking earlier this week. Camrose also enjoying a fine season in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. And a penalty coming late here in the first period. And it's a high sticking call. And it's against the Kodiaks, Wyatt Hamilton.
So 10 seconds before this penalty, he got away with one, and then they caught him again. There's the one, but there was 10 seconds before this happened. He got, I don't know if it was Hamilton, but 21 got a stick in the face again. So eventually they didn't catch it.
So the Broncos back on the power play, but only 10 seconds left here in the first period. So it looks like they will start the second period with a man advantage and a 1-0 lead. Stollery just missing Garneau with a check here. Broncos from Humboldt lead the Kodiaks from Camrose 1-0 thanks to Ed Gale after 1 at the RBC Cup. Back at Ed Lumley Arena, Ed Gale has the goal. The Humboldt Broncos lead 1-0 over the Camrose Kodiaks after 1 period in what has been a week of highlights here in the host city. On Friday night, the RBC Cup Awards Banquet was held at the Cornwall Civic Center. Los Angeles Kings head coach and former Cornwall Royal Mark Crawford was the guest speaker as the 2008 RBC Cup Award winners were honored. The top goaltender honor went to Alan York of the Camrose Kodiaks, who posted a 1.00 goals against average in round-robin play and shut out Pictou County in the semifinals. Jeremy Welsh of the Oakville Blades was named the tournament's top forward, scoring 3 goals and adding 3 assists in 4 games in the round robin. Top defenseman honors went to the Humboldt Broncos' colorful Brady Wacker, who tied for tops among defensemen scoring with 2 goals and an assist. Andre Herman of Camrose was presented with the Tubby Smaltz Trophy, recognizing the tournament's most sportsmanlike player. And the Roland Mercier Trophy for the RBC Cup Most Valuable Player was awarded to Darcy Finley of the hometown Cornwall Colts, who posted 3 goals and 3 assists in 4 games in the round robin. The RBC National Junior A Scholarship Award was next, and the 2008 recipient was Danny Miro of Lac Chien de Joliette. chosen from 10 finalists who received $1,000 from RBC for post-secondary studies. Danny received an additional $5,000 to put towards his education, something he takes very seriously.
It's a great honor. It's great to see all your hard work pay off, either in hockey and in school. My goal is to go to university. That's why I chose to play junior A. And of course, it helps to play at an excellent level of hockey and keep going to school with the full schedule.
The final award of the evening, the 2008 RBC CJHL Player of the Year Award, was presented to Joe Colburn of the Camrose Kodiaks. Ranked 28th by NHL Central Scouting, this 6'4", 190-pound, 18-year-old native of Calgary is a big, skilled forward in the mold of Joe Thornton and Jason Spezza, who was humbled by this prestigious award.
It was a pretty big honor, and I don't know, it was pretty surprising. Actually, I didn't really expect anything like this, but I'm pretty proud of it, and I've had a lot of support.
In his second season with the Kodiaks, Colburn finished second in AJHL scoring with 90 points on 33 goals and 57 assists, then led his team to a league championship by notching a team-high 16 points in the playoffs. Following in the footsteps of Phoenix Coyotes forward Kyle Turris, who made the jump from Junior A to NCAA to the pros, Colburn felt Junior A was the right choice for him and is proud of the path he chose.
Well, that was kind of the key, is what I was looking for. I was kind of a late grower. I was maybe a year or two behind most guys when they grew, and I looked for the best coaches, and it just seemed like Camrose was a great fit. They've been great for me, giving me an opportunity to play and grow as a player, both skill-wise and in confidence.
Here are the Legacy Scholarship Award winners, $500 awards. Owen Chatwin from Camrose, David Chubb, Jordan Schindel, Oliver Wren, Scott Levine. The 5 teams that were here this week, only 2 remain. Humboldt leads on a power play goal after 1 period. 1-0 at the RBC Cup on TSN.
Closed captioning of this TSN program is brought to you by Irish Spring. Add a little Irish to your game.
The Seaway City near the St. Lawrence River, Cornwall, Ontario. 1 period down. Humboldt Broncos lead the Camrose Kodiaks 1-0. Rod Black along with Jeff Bukaboom here. Again, a very cautious beginning to this game. We talk all the time about special teams, and they were key in the first period.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It seemed like Humboldt started to figure out the penalty kill towards the end of the period after a few penalties obviously called on Camrose, and they capitalized on it. But it was one of those, a little bit of a feeling out process, but I thought Humboldt came on towards the end. Camrose dominated some of the territorial play, but they didn't really penetrate the defense of Humboldt.
A couple of big chances for Camrose early on. Wyatt Hamilton, Jesse Todd. But here's what happened. Here's how it all transpired. Penalty early on. Ed Gale, who was a fixture later, getting hauled down. Tanner Van de Sype bringing one off the post.
Yeah, it seems like they got a face-off on their own end when they did get a penalty, and they seemed to really go to work, and they had a game plan, and they really orchestrated to a T. Here's the goal, obviously, and it's a great, strong play right to the net. And you got to tip your hat to Gale. He made a great play, and that's what you're looking for.
Very interesting. You saw Ed Gale take that shot. Ed Gale has been playing for most of the season with a separated shoulder, and he's showing that he's got some great resilience as well.
Well, any championship team, you got to find a way to win. And I guarantee you there's a lot of bumps and bruises on either team. And, as we showed with the goalie, with the 2 broken fingers, you got to find a way to play through some of these aches and pains. And there's a difference. The old hockey story is a difference between an injury and something that hurts. And, obviously these are things that hurt, they're not injured.
Yeah, you're right on the money on that one. And it doesn't hurt when you're leading either,
Exactly.
or you win an RBC Cup. Beautiful day in Cornwall. Looking good so far for Humboldt after 1 period. A lot of hockey to come.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Subway. Eat fresh.
Second period coming up shortly. How you doing, folks? Brian Mudrick back inside the Sports Center newsroom. The early edition of Sports Center comes your way at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Here's some of the stories we're following for that show. Of course, Game 2 of the Penguins and Flyers goes tonight. Maxine Talbot returns to the Penguins lineup from a broken foot. Steve Downey replaces Patrick Thorson in the lineup for the Flyers. And we are awaiting word from the NHL whether any discipline will be handed down to Chris Osgood or Mike Ribeiro after their incident last night. We'll have that info on the early edition of Sports Center. And Manchester United beat Wigan Athletic 2-0 on the final day of the English Premiership season to clinch their 10th league championship. NBA, the Lakers and Jazz play Game 4 of their series this afternoon in Utah. The Lakers leading that series 2-1. And the Spurs and Hornets also play Game 4 tonight. New Orleans leads that series 2-1. Get you back to hockey shortly, folks.
I'm Joe Colburn from the Camrose Kodiaks, and happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day to Jan Colburn and to all the moms out there. A lot of mothers watching their sons here at Ed Lumley Arena this week that have made the trek from Alberta or Saskatchewan, or some of the moms here from Cornwall, Ontario.
It's a great day to be in the hockey rink for the moms, especially if they can watch their own kids play.
All the hockey moms who are here.
That's what it's all about
on Mother's Day. And Joe Colburn and his team down 1-0 after one period. A power play goal, and the Kodiaks begin this period. That penalty to Wyatt Hamilton, by the way, was a double minor.
Yeah, could be very costly, especially at the beginning of the period.
Broncos already scoring their lone goal by this guy, Ed Gale, on the power play. Twice this week he was named player of the game. Whacker from the point, loose puck. Oh, what a save by Alan York. Jordan Schindel on the doorstep, comes away empty.
I think because of that first goal early in the game, they're losing some of their aggression, and they're finding some seams there. And obviously, there's a great pass by Gale, and Whacker's obviously right in the spot.
Brady Whacker has played a ton so far, and a ton so far this week. Schindel is waved out of the faceoff circle. Here comes Gale now. The lone goal scorer so far loses the draw. Whacker keeps it down after gloving it. One-timer from the far side by Van de Sype. And knocked away down the ice by Owen Chatwin.
I don't think Whacker comes off the ice, does he?
I don't know.
It seems that way. Every time we look up, it seems he has a puck on a stick, or he's creating something.
Reminds me of a smaller version of Jeff Bukaboom, actually.
I wouldn't go that far. Without the hair, maybe?
I don't think you ever had a do like that, big guy.
No, I think so.
I think you would have lost a bet.
Yeah, bad one.
Schindel now back to Whacker. Here's Gale. Boy, he reminds me so much of his cousin, the way he skates, doesn't he? Gary Lehman?
Yes, absolutely.
Benjamin now. Far side again, Van de Sype. Backhand, Gale was wide open.
You've seen the quick puck movements really creating a problem for the Camrose penalty kill, because they're trying to be aggressive, but they're getting caught.
2.5 minutes to go in that double minor. Van de Sype keeps it in. Schindel with a quick shot. Leading scorer for the Broncos this year, Jordan Schindel. Finally taken away by Alex McLeod, one of the penalty killers for the Kodiaks. Herman. And we have a whistle. And a penalty now to the Humboldt Broncos will even things up here for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, he took a penalty right as he lost the puck close to the blue line. Tried to reach in and gain back control. It's a big break here, because it's going to basically saw off the other penalty. It's going to be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. It's going to be 4-on-4 for a little while here. It's going to nullify the last 2 minutes of the original 4-minute penalty for high sticking.
Laurent Benjamin from LaSalle, Manitoba, a member of the Broncos. And Connolly takes it away. But getting it right back. 4-on-4 hockey here. Over the line.
That's another penalty.
Another one coming. Steven Schrader. And here's the whistle. Actually, that was Matt Kersinger with the shot. And so now the penalty box starting to fill up a little bit here. Kyle Stollery will sit down for a couple minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be a very costly penalty. It's away from the puck. He anticipated the puck coming across ice, and he took the guy down on the left side, left the post here on the back side of the goalie. So you got a 5-on-3 power play, which is always a dangerous situation, as you see in the NHL during overtime.
Carl Stollery. Now a 4-on-3. Point shot blocked. Wide open net. Another one. York is down. Torrey Allen, 2 good chances.
Great job by the defense there. A couple huge blocks. The goalie seemed to be a little bit out of position. McWilliams, I think, was one of them. I'm not sure who the other gentleman was.
Matt Rintoul now out there with Nielsen. Steven Schrader. His twin brother out there as well. Rintoul in the corner.
Gotta believe they're going to have a little bit of chemistry.
Steven, Scott's in front, right behind him. Taking it away now. Dean Petio. Connolly out there again. Nielsen waits. Schrader waits for his brother to get onside. Scott Schrader. And another penalty coming up. This one against Humboldt.
A little undisciplined here. They got tangled up and they threw him to the ice. When you're on the power play, you got to make sure that you're going to get the call against you if you do anything questionable.
Well, it looks like a stick to the face there. We're running out of room in the penalty boxes and on the scoreboard here.
I think the coaches are going to be preaching their teams there, be a little more disciplined. There's Colburn out for the draw, so hopefully they're trying to create a little bit of magic here, gets them back.
Also out there is Nigel Dubé, number 4. This is the first time I've seen him out there this afternoon, and he's playing with a separated shoulder. Look for Joe Colburn now, although this is only about 20 seconds in 3-on-3 hockey. This is probably where Joe Colburn would excel.
You got to believe so.
He might not get the puck, however.
Seems. Yeah, Dubé, I think this is the first time I've seen him on the ice, which is very unusual to put him out in this situation.
Here comes the CJHL Player of the Year. 4-on-4 hockey now. Colburn giving chase to the corner. Backhanded away by Voli Dashko. Schindel now. And we have a whistle and an icing call. Well, we talk about Joe Colburn a lot, and there's a lot of reason to talk about him. He's a big kid. He's grown a lot. And we were down in the dressing room earlier, and you couldn't believe the size of this kid's hockey stick.
Yeah, here you see myself with 2 sticks. The one on the left is Colburn.
And you're not a small guy, by the way.
The one on the left is Colburn's, the one he uses in the game. The one on the other side is right hand, my right hand, or my left hand, sorry, is the one I would typically use. So this is a big man, a big boy, I guess, is the best way to put him right now.
And you're 6'5". I mean, you don't see that happen very often. There are a lot of guys now in the National Hockey League or at other levels that have had some success using longer sticks. You don't see it happen too often with a kid playing junior hockey.
Yeah, and also a forward. Usually you see the guys that use the longer sticks. They're defensemen to obviously get their stick on pucks when they're in their D-zone coverage.
Colburn out there again, now playing on the wing. One thing about Colburn, Jesse Todd, and Connolly, they're all centermen playing on one line, so they all are equally adept in the face-off circle.
Yeah, we've seen it the last game where it seemed like Colburn played wing once in a while.
5-on-4 here for 50 seconds for Camrose. Van de Syke, he's had a lot of ice time up here this afternoon as well. Banks it off the glass. Carl Stollery.
One of the few times I haven't seen Wacker on ice, but I think he's coming out now.
Stretch pass now for Colburn. Can't dodge Matt Rintoul. They've done an effective job of silencing Joe Colburn so far. And here comes Ed Gale. Gale 1-on-1 lost the puck. Now Benjamin has it. Oh, and brought down.
Oh, he's penalty shot.
It is a penalty shot.
You see here, they're trying to go for the long stretch pass, hits someone in the back of the leg, and it just sits there. Is it Ed Gale that got the opportunity?
Laurent Benjamin.
No, Benjamin, sorry. Got the opportunity, he hauled him down. Huge point in the game for both teams right now. This could determine a lot of the outcome of the game. The goalie's obviously on the spot.
So Laurent Benjamin against Alan York. Penalty shot. Broncos lead 1-0 already.
This is shorthanded also.
Benjamin now weaves his way in and misses the mark.
Huge. This is going to be an important part of the game eventually. It seems a situation like this have a lot of bearing on the end of the game.
Now the faceoff will be in the Camrose zone, and they still have 11 seconds, so maybe one rush here if they can get the puck with the man advantage. Tried the long pass. Ostro to Herman. Blocked there by Nielsen. Petio whips it in. Rintoul. Josh Garneau flips it in. York in his glove after stopping the penalty shot. 1-0 Broncos still. 18-year-old Alan York has already accepted a scholarship at RPI. He's the only player on the ice this afternoon who has been drafted into the National Hockey League. 6th round by Columbus last summer.
Well, he's a big goalie. Obviously, a lot of potential there. He's going to go to a program where he's going to probably play a lot, or else eventually play a lot. But, you know, Columbus is obviously looking at him in a situation where he's going to be a prospect.
Garneau wins the draw. Dashko blocked there by Jacobson. Petio whirls on the puck and gets it out.
Nice play by Petio. Nice smart play.
Wyatt Hamilton just chips it into the corner. Jacobson out there with him, and also Owen Chatwin. 1-0 for the men in green. The horses from Saskatchewan, the Humboldt Broncos. Brady Wacker again. Jacobson keeps it in the Broncos zone.
Comes Corbin on ice again. They're trying to get back on the forecheck here, try to wear him down a little. Another penalty.
Sean Hunter hauls down Nigel Dubé. And a penalty-filled second period here so far. It's by no means a rough game. It's just maybe some undisciplined penalties.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of these two teams. Maybe it's nerves, maybe it's, you know, a long week of hockey. I'm not sure, but we're seeing a lot more power play action than we were probably anticipating.
Broncos back to work on the power play. Jordan Schindel out there again with Laurent Benjamin. Camrose power play. Connolly with Colburn and Todd. Olsen, point shot, tipped by Colburn, but not on net. Todd hangs on to it here. Connolly in the corner. Colburn behind the net. Olsen, nice move here. Connolly one-timer. The stop made by Taylor Nelson.
Nelson sure looks comfortable in there. He's square to the puck. You know, it might have been a little deeper than that, but it seems the puck's finding him all the time. It's nice movement by Camrose. Good situation shots. Unfortunately, just not getting anything out of it. Nelson seems to be stealing the show right now.
So far, pitching a shutout. Connolly along the wall. Dylan Olsen, just a 17-year-old out there. Stollery makes the move, takes a shot. Connolly was wide open, could not get the puck. Olsen again. Good movement. This time from the Kodiaks. Colburn hangs on to it. Todd wins the battle behind the net. Colburn stopped. And you saw Braden Klamosko without his stick out there. It's kind of like a guy in the deep end of a swimming pool without his life jacket.
It's the worst situation in hockey when you lose your stick as a forward. Because, yeah, there's some great opportunities here. Coleman makes a nice play here. You can see that long stick sure comes in handy in those situations.
Sean Ostro in the face-off circle. under a minute in the Camrose power play. Kersinger giving chase. Humboldt has the puck.
Well, for a 1-0 game, there sure is a lot of action.
Again, they played tight hockey earlier this week, and just a 1-0 game into the third period when the Broncos led and lost it to Camrose. Alex McLeod. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Ostro's in front. Behind the net. Back out to Stollery. Over to Herman. Andre Herman. Nelson. Loose puck.
Great save. I wonder how that stayed out. Good shot. This Stollery, he's having a great game for Camrose. He's getting pucks through his move. His quarterback in the power play doing an exceptional job.
Penalty will expire now. McLeod. Back pass to Herman. Taken away now by the Broncos. Gaining the line. Schindel. Nice move. Did not get any wood on that shot, though. Just over 11 minutes to go in the second period. Wyatt Hamilton down the left side. The puck taken away by Benjamin. Scrum along the boards. No whistle yet. Puck doesn't appear to be moving very much either.
No.
Finally.
He found his whistle.
11-11 to go in the second period. 1-0 Humboldt. A lot of motivation in that young man's head this year after a stinging loss in quintuple overtime a year ago at the RBC Cup.
It was the driving force behind this year, and we tried to kind of deny it when it first happened, because I don't think I've ever felt that before after kind of putting everything you have out on the line and falling that short. It hurt bad, but this year, you know, we came back strong, and now we're back, so hopefully.
Well, again, 5 overtimes. Longest junior hockey game in Canadian history. And the Camrose Kodiaks lost to the Prince George Spruce Kings last year.
They seem to be coming on this period, Camrose. It seems like they're getting a few more shots to the net. Nielsen's had to be sharp, but they're getting more opportunities. They seem to be gaining a little bit of momentum here in the second period. You can see there the coach Boris is throwing his top line out here, trying to create a little bit more momentum, trying to get that equalizer.
Colburn can't get the foot drag there. Klamosko. He's a tank, the size of him, 220 pounds. Just 5 feet 7 inches, number 21.
I think he's wider than he is tall.
Very effective player. His dad, one of the coaches. Now Schrader. Scott Schrader. Puck taken away from him. Here come the Kodiaks. Connolly takes the slap shot. Easy save that time for Nelson. Connolly also part of that team last year that suffered that very disappointing overtime loss in Prince George.
Snyder got away with a bit of a turnover there at the blue line for Camrose, and against the top line, I'm sure that he's going to probably hear about it when he gets back to the bench.
That puck went through the rafters all the way down the ice. Just over 10 minutes to go in the second period. Steven Schrader. And into the glove of Alan York.
Well, Camrose is definitely coming on. Humboldt's holding their own, obviously. It's one of those games where, you know, it's those heavyweight battles where they're just punching and counter-punching, and they're just waiting to get a break.
And what you don't want to do, obviously, is make a mistake and take a bad penalty at the wrong time.
And there's been a lot of penalties this period so far.
Championship game here in Cornwall. Chavlin along the boards. Delayed offside. Shot in on Nelson. A dangerous one that time. By Colin Dewick. Look out here. Benjamin again. Still has the puck. York knocks it down with that glove hand.
I think he was a little surprised by that shot. It looked like he was playing a pass more than he was a shot, and he caught it. And maybe they heard about his glove hand maybe being a little off. But he made a hell of a save. He recovered well. It looked like he was square. It wasn't square to the puck here. It's an excellent shot, too, by the way.
Well, you really do suck it up when it comes down to championship time and you play hurt. You know, you've had to do it.
Yes.
Many players have had to do it, and guys on both sides have had to do it this week and this season. Behind the net now, Schindel had it stopped by York. Jordan Schindel's had a couple of good chances. Jacobson now, and offside. Alex McLeod was just a step too quick.
You really get a good example of how quick they are in transition. The puck got turned over, made the save, and bang, they're gone. A 3-on-2 unfortunately went offside. It shows their speed and how tenacious this team is from Camrose.
They said that overtime loss, the 5 overtime loss last year, has been the fuel this year for this team. Their driving force, as Joe Colburn put it. Into the corner now, and Sean Hunter knocks down Petio, who actually went to apply the hit, but took most of it.
Petio was playing a real solid game, very physical, been working on the power play. You notice Dubé's out here more.
Loose puck in front. Wacker. There's Dubé now. Again, he's playing with a separated shoulder. Petio again applies the body.
I think the coach has made a decision to play him more because I haven't seen 5 on the ice that much lately.
Bouncing puck. Well, Scott Buchanan did take a penalty in that first period. Dubé's been one of the leaders for Boris Ravalko and the Kodiaks this year. Just over 8 minutes to go in the second period. Nelson up ice to number 17, Voldy Dashko. Schraders are out on the ice again, along with Klamosko. And now Colburn follows the puck now. Scott Schrader down the ice. Andrew McWilliam.
Seems like this is the matchup that Humboldt wants. They want the Schrader line out there against Colburn line, and it seems like every time you look up, that's what you're seeing those two lines match against each other.
Jesse Todd had that shot stopped. Nice feed there. Todd backhand. Nelson stopped. Loose puck again. In the crease, finally covered up by Taylor Nelson. Some good chances that time from the Kodiaks, who are down 1. One of the great players from the Cornwall Royals in the past, Doug Gilmour. The NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, by the way, continue Monday. Detroit Red Wings and the Dallas Stars, and the Red Wings leading that series. Humboldt Broncos leading this game, and so far they've had a lot of success in second periods at the RBC Cup this week.
Well, I think this team's been together for a long time. There's 15 returning players, and at the same time, they're a very mature team for a junior provincial team. There's a lot of 20 and 20-year-olds out there, so I don't think they're going to get rattled too easily, this team.
This is a team also facing adversity last year. They lost a quadruple overtime game, and that would have sent them to the RBC Cup. Instead, they had to watch last year. They've been fueled by that this year. They also were down 3-1 in their provincial final to Kindersley before coming back. So they faced elimination before. Benjamin again. Nice move. Oh, good stop by York. Laurent Benjamin's had some great chances. It's a head shaker so far for him.
This is an amazing move. A little stutter step. Looked like he was going to cut inside. Went wide. Great save by Alan York. He held his ground. He's a big kid, and the puck just hits him sometimes.
Tried to go glove hand there.
You're seeing some great goaltending on both ends of the ice here. Nielsen looks very comfortable in that, and Alan York's getting better and better.
Benjamin still on the ice with Schindel and Gale. But yes, there he is, the goal scorer so far. And again, we talked about the shoulder problem for him. Separated since January and has had to play with it.
You see this matchup, these two lines going head-to-head again.
Colburn out there, backhand by York along the boards. Schraders and Klamosko against the Colburn line. And they've done a good job neutralizing that line so far today. Broncos have certainly won the battle neutralizing Joe Colburn. And a whistle here.
I think it was gloved ahead, it looks like. It seems like Boris, the coach for Cam, he doesn't mind this matchup, but now he's maybe trying to get away from it a little bit here.
Boris Rybalka, who yesterday when we saw him and talked to him, I think he had a playoff beard. He shaved it off today, and he said, you know why? I says, I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Well, he must be a team coach because he did dye his hair. Or highlight it, I suppose you might say. I don't think he went for the whole dye job.
I think he got a half-price deal.
Kodiaks keeping it in here. Rintoul's done a nice job getting the puck out of his zone. Steven Schrader. Schrader, quick shot again. No problem for Alan York.
York's starting to get comfortable also in this game. See, Hamilton's back on the ice. He's been a strong performer for Camrose. Obviously looking for him to get a little scoring punch.
Owen Chatwin in the faceoff circle, won by Humboldt. Taken away now, David Andreasen. Andrew McWilliam scored the game winner yesterday. Earlier today, Andrew McWilliam was in his locker. They give out a hard helmet award every game in Camrose, and he had the hard helmet above his locker stall because that goal he got yesterday was his first goal of the entire season, and it was a huge one.
Well, obviously it was a big goal, and he's going to University of North Dakota. Just got a good shot on that out from the point.
Good program there. Wacker now. Allen. Kersinger giving chase, but inside 6 minutes in the second period. Humboldt Broncos clinging to a narrow 1-0 lead. Very similar game to earlier this week. Oh, knocked away. Hamilton still with it. Andreasen's there, and the Broncos take it away. Wyatt Hamilton didn't realize the puck had hit him. It was his for the taking in front of Taylor Nelson.
Yeah, he lost sight of it just for a split second there. He couldn't gather up the rebound.
Dueck. Nice back pass here. A good passing Gale. And York has it. Let's take another look at what happened. Wyatt Hamilton had a good chance. He didn't even know it.
Yeah, it hit him in the back. The guy was trying to clear the puck, and he scrambled around to get the puck, and then had two chances out of it, actually, and just couldn't come up with it.
Jordan Schindel in the faceoff circle with Jesse Todd. Colburn line on again. The two big lines, the goal scoring lines for both teams now matched. Gale on the forecheck. Flip pass. Goes all the way down to the Broncos zone.
Right off that drive, you see Colburn and Conley just took right off. He's trying to create some offense here.
Schindel gives it back now. Van de Sype almost lost it. Benjamin open on the far side. There he is. Laurent Benjamin cuts in on the left side. No weak chance that time. But Laurent Benjamin's had a number of opportunities here. Schindel lets one go, but it's knocked away. Colburn now has it, turn it back up ice. Connolly goes wide, cuts inside now, still has it. Mike Connolly keeps it in the zone for Joe Colburn.
You want to get that puck deep so you can use that big frame and just get that cycle started.
Point shot, no problem for Taylor Nelson. Laurent Benjamin has had a penalty shot. He's had a couple of really good scoring chances, including this one.
Yeah, he used his speed wide on a defenseman. The defenseman did a good job not to take a penalty, actually. And he didn't really get a good opportunity off, but the defenseman stayed with it.
Andre Herman with a backhand. Kind of a sense here that the Kodiaks have enjoyed more of the offensive play in the second period. The momentum might be shifting here, but the longer this goes, the more confidence it seems Taylor Nelson keeps getting.
Yeah, he looks sharper than that, but the Camrose definitely is putting a lot of pressure on the defense. They're really challenged them defensively.
Klonosko now over the blue line. York just knocks it away. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. Still 1-0. This game a carbon copy of the game earlier this week. A bouncing puck that York has to handle, but you have to be careful with those. Stollery. Herman. Back pass chip shot. Brady Wacker now. Off to Allen. Torrey Allen. Another puck knocked down by Owen Chatwin, and Nelson hangs on. 3:07 to go, second period. The Broncos still holding a 1-0 lead. Earlier this week, Boris Rybalka became the all-time winningest coach in junior hockey in Canada at championships. And that's what he's done.
Well, I think you're looking at the screen here, you can see some of his accomplishments are stellar and obviously impressive. But at the same time, if you had a chance to talk to him right now, he doesn't care about those accomplishments. All he cares about is this game and this win. He gets that under his belt, and you know that's what he's focused on, and that's what he's trying to get his kids to focus on right now.
Nigel Dubé earlier this week kind of caught his coach off guard after one of the games. Said, "Hey, coach, I know you don't want me to say this, but I'm going to say this to everybody in the room. Congratulations on becoming the all-time winningest coach." And Boris said, "Okay, thanks. Now forget about it."
That's right. He wanted to move on right away because he knows as a coach you're only as good as your last game.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is his last game this year for sure.
Broncos have done a very good job in the face-off circle, winning another one. Torrey Allen now down the wing. Persinger lost the puck there.
Great effort by McWilliam there. His second effort breaking up the play, turning the puck up ice.
Nelson.
The puck's in their end.
Yeah, Nelson hanging on to the puck here, and Joe Colburn looming again. Colburn's logged a lot of ice time, Jeff Bookaboom. So too Brady Wacker for the Humboldt Broncos. It's almost as if they put Wacker on the ice every time Colburn's on the ice.
Yes, well, obviously Wacker's, their best defenseman probably, without even second guessing that. He's out there. He has a responsibility to try to keep these guys off the score sheet.
Colburn wins the draw this time, but Benjamin has it now to the only goal scorer in the game so far, Ed Gale. Has it in the corner now. 2.5 minutes to go. Van de Syke. Puck knocked down in front. Gale with Schindel in the slot. Van de Syke lets it go. Blocked again. Benjamin now. Little cycle going on in the corner.
It's one of the few times he's seen Humboldt in their end for an extended period of time. So it's a very important shift here for Humboldt to try and get some momentum back.
Kept in. High shot. Colburn now. Start the rush for Camrose. Nice pass to Connolly. Connolly. Far side wide. Hamilton. Shot is wide. Only one goal in this game so far, scored by Humboldt on the power play in the first period. Taken away now. Andreasen has it. Lost it. Broncos get it back to the point through traffic. McWilliam with it now. Trying to set something up behind the net. Chatwin. Hamilton again. Chatwin trying to get it in front. Broncos defense has been stellar so far today. Dua keeps it in. A minute to go, second period. Kodiaks trying to bust the goose egg. Through traffic again. Off the mark. Gale tries to get it out. Does not. Another time. Puck still in the Broncos zone. Chatwin slaps at it. McWilliam. Good pressure here from the Kodiaks. Wyatt Hamilton's shot is wide. And they still can't get it out. Wrist shot. Holland Duick with another chance, and finally out of the Broncos zone. Andreasen tried to feed it to a speeding Sean Ostro, but another time, another trip for the Kodiaks, and they come away with nothing.
What a great shift. Pressure all over the ice. Did everything right but score. It seems like they're doing everything right. It's one of those games where we're just waiting for the right bounce.
30 seconds to go, second period. Dylan Olsen trying to keep it in. He does, but knocked right out again by the Broncos. Stosky chasing. Knocked to the ice. That was Dubé. Carl Stollery out rather, and 8 seconds left to go in the second period. 4 seconds now, and the period will end, and the Broncos, as they had earlier in the week, have a 1-0 lead after 2. Can they hold on and win their second RBC Cup? Our second intermission from Cornwall after this.
Attention.
We've been involved for over 10 years, and it's been a great opportunity to be involved at the grassroots of this and to see the players and their accomplishments and to see the communities come together has been fantastic. And this year in Cornwall really exemplifies that, because the whole community, Team Cornwall, the host committee, it really allows for the opportunity to showcase the strength of the community as well as the players. We've been involved since 1995. And through the involvement of Hockey Canada, we're seeing that really what is the fabric of hockey all about. And we share that together. And we've been really pleased with being able to profile some incredible players, some incredible teams, as well as those communities across Canada. If we think about the values of RBC, they relate so much to amateur sports. When we think about teamwork, when we think about the accomplishments and how the kids and players are striving to be the best that they can be, that's why we're involved in it. We get to see the difference that we're making for families, for the individuals, and for the communities at large. It's been an incredible opportunity and incredible success.
Proud sponsor, RBC, of the RBC Cup. Intermission time. I think that's where Jeff Bukaboom went. 1-0 Humboldt leading Camrose heading to the third period, and ironically that's the score it was after 2 periods earlier in the week, and Camrose won that round robin game 2-1. Coming up after this game, we will send you to the IIHF World Championship, the United States and Finland on ice today, and with a preview, let's take you to our World Championship studio and say hello to Dave Randorf. Dave?
Thanks very much, Rod. Hi, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Looking forward to that. The United States, Finland coming up when this game ends at the RBC Cup, Cornwall, Ontario. Humboldt Broncos, their fans maybe a little on edge right now. 1-0 lead on Mother's Day 2008 at the RBC Cup. Well, the home team made it to the semifinals. The Colts this year, they're spectators today. That's the International Bridge, the link to the United States here. Cornwall just over the St. Lawrence River, and after 2 periods, the Humboldt Broncos lead the Camrose Kodiaks 1-0. I think we've seen this picture before somewhere this week, Jeff Bukaboom.
Yeah, I wasn't here to see it, but we definitely talked to both coaches about the game, and this was exact same score going into the third period the last time these two met in the round robin. So obviously the coaches are going to use that experience both ways. You know, obviously Humboldt's going to use it to their positive, and you know, the Camrose is going to use it to their negative, or to their positive also. Say, look, we've done this before, don't worry about it.
Let's take a look at what happened. If you're like goaltending, there were a lot of saves in that second period. If you like goals, there weren't many, in fact, any.
And the goalie's been really strong. The goalie for Camrose, Allen, seems to be getting better and better as the game goes on. His defense obviously made a couple of saves for him. This is a huge play to keep the game 1-0. Obviously, I don't think the puck hit the net, but obviously the goalie's in the right position.
Let's talk about Taylor Nelson and how composed and calm he's looked in the Humboldt net. Again, you know, stuff goes through the kitchen when you're a young player, and you know, they did have that 1-0 lead, and I'm sure one of the things that the Humboldt coaching staff is preaching to their players right now, let's not do what we did earlier this week.
Yes, I think so, for sure. Like I said, Taylor Nelson is a key. He's looked so sharp in there and so calm and comfortable, you know, obviously with his experience and being in, you know, he's an older goalie, but he seems to be. It's gonna be either a tough break that beats him or just a.
All week long we've been talking about Joe Colburn. So far he's been nullified today. Will he be a difference maker? The Kodiaks need a goal. Might it be Joe? Who knows when we come back to the third period.
This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Midas. For mechanics known for their work and their word, trust the Midas touch.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Brian Mudrick back inside the SportsCenter newsroom. The early edition of SportsCenter comes your way at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and here's a few stories we're following for that show. Game 2 of the Penguins Flyers goes tonight. Maxime Talbot returned to the Penguins lineup from a broken foot. Meantime, Steve Downey replaces Patrick Thorson in the lineup for the Flyers. And the NHL continues investigating last night's incident involving Chris Osgood and Mike Ribeiro. We hope to have word later today if the NHL will hand down any punishment. And Manchester United beat Wigan Athletic 2-0 on the final day of the English Premiership season to clinch their 10th league championship. And the Blue Jays were hoping to snap out of a 3-game losing skid in Cleveland. However, rain has postponed that game. SportsCenter coming up at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll get you back to hockey shortly, folks.
Hi, I'm Brady Wacker of the Humboldt Broncos, and on behalf of the team, I'd like to wish all our mothers a happy Mother's Day, and a special one to my mom, Jody, and to my girlfriends, Lisa, and Corey Knoll's sister. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah. Gotta like that, too. Brady Wacker, happy Mother's Day to one and all. Second period scoring summary brought to you by the totally new Chevrolet Malibu 2008 North American car. No goals in that second period. Only one goal coming in the first from Ed Gale. And here we go. Head to the third period. 1-0 lead for the young men in green.
Yeah, well, Joe Colburn's line, obviously Conley and Todd, I think their team's obviously looking for them to probably step it up and hopefully get that equalizer, if not the winning goal after that.
A little net reparation here. Talked about Brady Wacker. He's had a monster game again. What a great week he's had. What a great career he's had. He's a junior A player, in fact, a midget player. He won a midget championship, Telus Cup, with the Saskatoon Contacts. And Brady Wacker is obviously one of their leaders. He's also a young father. He's got a 1-year-old.
Yeah. But the round robin, this is exactly the same thing happened in the round robin there. Humboldt was up 1-0 going in third. They said, I talked to the coaches, they said they had some disciplinary problems. They took a few penalties, and then I think it was Colburn scored a winning goal late in the game to win it. So the script is exactly the same. Here you can see one of the goals. The script is exactly the same it was in round robin. How they deal with the two separate teams is going to be interesting for this third period.
It's our time. It's our time. That's what Boris Rybalka's preached to his team this year. They said they had unfinished business after the loss in 5 overtimes a year ago, and the motto for the takes.
You can see Boris on his bench there on the monitor here. You can see him getting his team focused for this third period because he knows how important it is. He knows how important the start to this period is. Seems like we're having a little bit extra time here to waste because the net won't cooperate.
Well, we do have some pictures of your family if we need to, and maybe some of your Stanley Cup highlights.
I don't know about that. You have to go way back.
Well, I mentioned the slogan for the Camrose Kodiaks. And Boris Rybalka is one of those big motivator guys. He always says, you know, put stuff in your stall, dedicate, you know, these things to the people who helped bring you to where you are. And It's our time, and same thing for Humboldt. Their dressing room not as decked out and furnished and as many things, but there are a lot of celebratory banners outside the Humboldt dressing room.
Those visual aids, they really come in handy, and the coaches really believe in them, and the players got to see them and believe them also, so they can actually use them to motivate them.
Joe Colburn and his line on the ice against the Schindel line, and Ed Gale. Gale trying to get the puck quickly. Connolly! Oh, what a save!
I don't know how we got wide open there, Conley, but boy, what a great play to start the period, and a great save. He said his goalie, he looks so comfortable in that net. It looked like he read the play before it happened.
Well, there's the feed. Connolly trying to go upstairs, and the glove hand taken away 7 seconds into the period. Connolly again. Todd Colburn passes it, but that one awry and has to go all the way down the ice. Back to get it, Carl Stollery.
The defenseman Olsen seemed to move out of that lane, and probably wasn't a bad pass other than the fact that he moved out of the lane, and Joe didn't get a chance to catch him with it.
Next goal in this game, if there is a next goal, would be the huge one, especially for Humboldt if they can find a way to get a 2-goal lead here. And you know that Dean Brockman has told his team that as well, and perhaps maybe earlier this week played back on their heels a little bit in that third period.
He's going to take as much as he can from that experience for his team. Hopefully they can draw something from those conclusions.
Scott Schrader is muscled out along the boards. Line change is coming now. McWilliam, who had the winning goal yesterday in the semifinal 3-0 win. Schindel. Expect to see a lot of this line and this young man, Ed Gale, in this period. Cousin of Gary Lehman. Lone goal scorer. Knocked down Andreasen, and we have a penalty. And it will come against the Camrose Kodiaks. David Andreasen.
Well, they definitely got the start they wanted with the opportunity earlier to tie the game, and then this is not something they're looking for here. Didn't even have the puck, it looks like, and it's not a great penalty to take, and any ones in the third period for Camrose right now is going to be a costly penalty as far as time's concerned.
Again, Jordan Schindel in the face-off circle wins the draw. Tanner Van de Syke through traffic. Colburn on the ice. Expect to see a lot of him and Mike Connolly. Like Mutt and Jeff, they're inseparable, those two.
Yeah, it's a huge kill for Camrose, obviously. Like I said, they can't afford to go down 2-0 in this game.
Benjamin tried to give it to Schindel. Look out here, Colburn. Nelson plays it along the boards. Gale back for it. 1.5 minutes left in the power play. Russ Nielsen, the captain of the Broncos.
McWilliams played a strong game. Nice stand-up on the blue line. Stopped them from penetrating in on the power play.
Here comes
Gale. How much pressure they try to put on the puck all the time when on the penalty kill Camrose.
Alex McLeod was all over Ed Gale. Still has it. Gale. Shot blocked. And a good block by Colin Dewitt. Nielsen sends it in front. Wide of the net. Corey Allen back to the point. Van de Syke the shot and into the rafters here and into the netting. 47 seconds to go on the man advantage.
Yeah, so there's a great play by Wyatt Hamilton here. He lost the stick. Instead of playing on the penalty kill, he changed. And it was a perfect situation because the puck ended up on the opposite side of the ice. So it was a great heads-up play by the penalty killers, and the Camrose coming out and they're being very good on this penalty kill right now.
Brady Wacker. Behind the net now. Stollery backhands it off the boards. Back to get it is Wacker. Out there with Matt Rintoul. Matt Kurzinger. Dane Linsko. Here's Kurzinger. Oh, big hit from Stollery. Stick went into the crowd.
I think he felt that one.
Now another chance here for Humboldt. 10 seconds in the power play. Rintoul knocked down in front. And the Kodiaks are able to clear. How'd you like to go to a game? You know, sometimes you might get a puck. How about a composite stick landing in your lap?
That's a gift now. They're so expensive.
Yeah, I think you might have to give it back.
Yeah.
Or if you know you get it, you might run.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice move there. Here comes Jesse Todd with Connolly. Todd. Nice move. Todd on his knee. Still has it. Oh! What a play.
He sure stuck well with that puck.
Stollery dances around the Bronco defender. Dueck now. Garneau gives it off to Stosky. Justin Stosky trying to get through the defense to no avail. Stollery chips along the boards. 16 minutes to go in the third period. Into the slot now for Steven Schrader. Schrader loses the puck. Back at it again. Carl Stollery has logged a lot of ice time here today for Camrose. Trying to make that stretch pass, the flip pass, but there it is. Stop it. Van de Sijp. What a feed! Oh! Schrader missed a wide open net.
Camrose got caught on a bad change there, and what an exceptional play there. I can't believe he missed the empty net like that.
Tanner Van de Sijp with a beautiful dish to Steven Schrader. Scott Schrader out there now. Van de Sijp lost it too and knocked off the puck. Here's number 9, Andreasen, who's out of the box. 15 minutes to go. 1-0 Humboldt at the RBC Cup, the Junior A Championship. Andre Herman flies down the left wing.
Well, for a 1-0 game, there's tons of action. There's no lack of scoring opportunities. Actually, a little bit of drama at each end of the ice.
Laurent Benjamin on the forecheck with Gale and Schindel. Alan York off the end of his stick. And that shot from Voldy Dashko. Wacker retreats again. Gave it right back to Alex McLeod. Kodiaks keep it in. They're aggressive now. They trying to get that equalizer. Oh, again, Ostro in front. Still in. McLeod keeps it in at the line. Nelson with the blocker save. Ostro behind the net for Colburn. Back to the point now. Colburn with that long reach will take a skate. Gives it to Stollery. Gains the line with Jesse Todd. And from a sharp angle, handled easily by Taylor Nelson. Still owns a shutout in a 1-0 game. Jesse Todd with some magic here, and it almost resulted in the tying goal.
He just didn't give up on the play. He's off his feet. He just kept with it.
And then at the other end, look at that one. That would have been the 2-0 lead. Steven Schrader missing on a beautiful feed from Tanner Van de Sijp.
That all started from a bad dump out of their end zone and then a bad change. And fortunately for Camrose, they didn't score there because that could have been the difference in the game. They might come back to haunt Humboldt that opportunity, but you know, like I said, it's been a great game. It's been one of those situations where it's a 1-0 game with tons of opportunity.
Joe Colburn in again on the face-off, loses it this time out there with Todd and Connolly. Expect to see a healthy dose of that line in this third period. Colburn. Todd behind the net. There's Colburn in front. Colburn has not done much in this game. A couple feeds here and there, but has not had many scoring chances.
Humboldt's doing their best to keep, get their best players on ice with them, obviously, and at the same time, they're paying special attention to a special player.
Torrey Allen with the feed. Stosky is stopped.
Alan York made a big save there.
Connolly again. One thing about players, though, they are hyped for a reason. Colburn's been hyped all season long, last 2 seasons. Scouts have been drooling at his abilities, and there's a reason. He's a big-time player. But let's take another look. The Humboldt Broncos, another chance to make it 2-0.
Humboldt sure seems to be using their speed exceptionally well and taking advantage of some positional bad play by Camrose here, but what a great save.
Williams' point shot was blocked. Andreasen now trying to get it in front for Chatwin. Camrose doing everything, it seems, but putting the puck in the net, trying to get the tying goal. 1-0 Humboldt. 12.5 to go, third period. Wyatt Hamilton in there with Owen Chatwin. The defenseman Colin Dueck pinching in.
I think you're going to see more of this as the game goes on. The defenseman's going to have to activate a little bit more. Try to put pressure on Humboldt.
Wyatt Hamilton to Chatwin. Hamilton goes to the bench for a change. Kept in now. Andre Herman. Herman still has it. Knocked off the puck. Sent around the boards to Petio. Wacker takes a crack at him. Some bodies flying now. Kept in again by the Kodiaks. Petio has it. Looks for Ostro. Jumps over Wacker, and we have a penalty. And this could be very, very costly into the backboards at the worst possible time. Dean Pettiot is getting up here, obviously woozy after that hit. Boy, he's played a great game, and now Camrose will go on the power play because of this hit applied by number 17 Voldy Dashko.
Oh, I thought it was worse than it appeared, but he lost the puck here, and I think he's a little vulnerable, and Dashko's just finished his check, so it wasn't as serious as I thought it was originally.
May have turned at the last moment. It's a 2-minute power play here, and the big line on the ice: Jesse Todd, Joe Colburn, Mike Connolly on the point, Carl Stollery and Dylan Olsen. Kodiaks are 0 for 3 with the man advantage so far here this afternoon. Trying to do what they did earlier this week, come back from a 1-0 deficit and beat the Broncos.
Definitely got to get some action going here, get some more shots.
That could have been a penalty there.
Maybe got away with one there.
Back to get it now is Olsen. Jesse Todd way up, looking for the stretch pass on this power play. Stollery cuts into the middle now. Olsen has it. Played along the boards behind the net for Connolly. Todd, stick lifted by Schindel, and a nice defensive play by Jordan Schindel.
They're playing extremely well in their own end here. Both 5-on-5 and when shorthanded. These guys are sacrificing themselves and getting themselves in the lanes. It's tough getting the shots through.
Humboldt Broncos trying to hang on here. 1.5 minutes to go, and Colburn loses another draw. Sent over the boards, though, by Tanner Van de Site.
You might want to think about changing up the draw men here. They have 3 centermen on ice. Maybe it's time to maybe switch that up, because I haven't seen them win too many draws, especially on the power play.
Herzinger in against Colburn. Back to the Broncos again. Saucered down to York. Colburn will be the lead man up near the blue line now, and Stollery will bring it in again. Loses the puck, though. Power play has not been effective today for the Camrose Kodiaks. Number 1 ranked team in the country against the number 2 ranked Broncos. Stollery lost it again. Olsen now gives it to Todd. Broncos will come up with a puck again.
The power play has been their bread and butter for this tournament. They're hitting it about 93%.
Van der Site has it. 45 seconds with the man advantage. Connolly looking for the open man. Dueck now. Taylor Nelson keeps it behind the net. Dueck back to Colburn at the point. Pettiot now whistles one, but wide. Colburn now. Joe Colburn lets one go through traffic. Nothing there.
Big block by Wacker.
And it looks like the penalty is going to expire. And the Kodiaks really had Little chance on that power play. 9.5 minutes to go in the third period. Back into the Camrose zone. Broncos on their heels. An icing call here. Face-off will be back in the Broncos zone.
You're looking at the two blocks here. You look at this one here, getting in the right lane. Wacker, for a small guy, he sure plays big. He gets in the lane. He's having a hell of a game.
Behind the net, Alex McLeod. Sean Ostro in front. Puck can't get to him. Ostro's done a nice job in the face-off circle. Benjamin deposits one into the corner. Schindel, Benjamin, and Gale. That line clicked early on the power play back in the first period. That's the difference in this game. And once again, we'll go back into the Humboldt zone.
Well, Humboldt is certainly playing very well in their own end. And they're, experienced team. Obviously, we talked about that before with all the 19, 20-year-olds on the team. But they're not getting a lot of shots through the net. And the goalie doesn't have to work as hard as he has to.
Team that has faced adversity all year, 5-0 in elimination games. Allen now trying to get it in front. Nobody home. Here comes Stollery again. Petio has been on the ice a lot this afternoon. Flipped up. Allen takes an elbow to the head from Andreasen.
I don't think Andreasen is Swedish, is he?
No. Well, probably has some Scandinavian roots, though. And another penalty upcoming.
Yeah. Couldn't really see it. It was right in front of us, but looks like it was a late hit or an interference call.
This time it was Petio, who was the guy who was boarded earlier. And now he goes in the penalty box with 8:16 to go in the third period.
Yeah. I'm not sure what he got it for, but I think it was either interference or a late hit.
Colburn wins the draw. See how this plays out. Steven Schrader along with his twin brother Scott. Steven. Braden Klamosko in the corner, can't come up with it. Dueck will try to send it down the ice. He does. Takes a hard hit from one of the twins.
Yeah. It's costly penalty from the standpoint we're running out of time for Camrose.
Taylor Nelson leaves it for Brady Wacker. One thing that the Broncos won't do here is take any risks, especially with a man advantage.
The referee just missed a penalty call there. The guy slashed the stick out of Dubé's hand. Again, though, Dubé went right to the box on a penalty kill, which is something I think they're coached to do when they lose a stick.
Losing the puck. Flipped high. A bouncer down to Nelson. 7 minutes and change here to go in the third. Van de Site, what a game he's had. Back to Gale. Benjamin's wide open on the near side. Muscled off the puck, at least temporarily, by McWilliam. Benjamin lost it to Ostrom. Dueck. Good job here on the PK for the Camrose Kodiaks.
Yeah, I think Humboldt's content to just kill the time off right here. They don't seem to be putting a lot of pressure or really pressing for that insurance goal.
Gale. Back to the point. Rintoul trying to keep it in will be Nielsen, and this penalty will expire. Just over 6 minutes to go now. Nielsen to Stosky.
See Camrose putting on their top line right now to try and create some offense. Colburn's out there. Conley, Todd.
Garneau lost it. There's Colburn. Colburn takes a shot. It's blocked from a bad angle.
You see the defensemen are activating, try to create more pressure so they can get that equalizer.
Connolly the backhand. Lead pass for Colburn. Trying to chase down Torrey Allen. You're right. The Broncos trying to play keep away here and kill some of that clock. 5:38 to go. 5 minutes, 38 seconds. And the Broncos could be champions. Tomorrow on TSN, Canada, Finland at the IIHF World Championship. 3:20 Eastern, 12:20 Pacific time. And then on to the playoffs. Don't forget United States, Finland coming up on TSN after this game. Tickets available in Halifax, Quebec City, May 2nd to the 18th, of course. www.hockey2008.ca. So back in Humboldt, Saskatchewan, they are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see if the Broncos can win their second RBC Cup. 5.5 minutes to go here.
You see Conley took the draw here because Colburn's been having a long night in the faceoff circle.
Again, banked down the ice. And an icing call. The Humboldt Broncos, long history. They have an arena in Humboldt named the Elgar Peterson Arena, named after the longtime volunteer, a trainer with the team, the guy who's been with the team for 4 decades. He is the spirit of the Broncos, Elgar Peterson. He's watching today, I'm sure. 74-year-old would love to see his team take that second RBC Cup. They won back in 2003 over these same Kodiaks.
Humboldt are playing very conservative right now, not getting caught up and just dumping the puck out. They're trying to protect this lead. Let's see if they can.
Herman bounces one in front. Moscow along the boards, can't get it. Kodiaks pulling out everything here now. McWilliam keeps it in.
He's had a strong game. He's played exceptionally well today.
McLeod tried to glove the puck, could not. McWilliam hasn't got much gas left. Back to get it. Dueck. Owen Chatwin. 4.5 minutes to go.
You can see at Humboldt, they're not really putting any pressure on the forecheck.
Wyatt Hamilton into the netting on a deflection. Story of the game for Humboldt. This young man, 20-year-old Taylor Nelson.
And he's doing everything right. He seems like he's in the right position. He seems very calm and focused in the net. Seems like everything's finding him. He's not overexerting himself. He's in the right position. So he's having a hell of a game for a championship game, obviously.
Now the big line on the ice again for Camrose. Jesse Todd takes the face-off, wins it. Stollery with the puck. Will wait, put it around the net. Colburn's there. Joe Colburn. Back to the point for Olsen. Colburn gives it. Lets it go to Jesse Todd, who wasn't ready for it. Back down in Olsen again. Inside 4 minutes now.
There's a little confusion behind the net who was going to be there for the cycle. And Humboldt jumped on a loose puck and got it out. You can see Humboldt here. They're just causing 2-on-1.
2-on-1 now. Oh, missing the net was Kersinger. A beautiful feed from Torrey Allen. That would have sealed it.
Humboldt's just dumping the puck out, and Camrose is getting caught because they're trying to be aggressive when they can and running out of time.
Broncos have had a number of 2-on-1 chances for that second goal. 3:14 to go. Clinging to a 1-goal lead.
The 2008 RBC Cup on TSN is brought to you by Esso, proud sponsor of hockey in Canada for over 70 years. At Esso, we're drivers too. By the RBC Local Hockey Leaders Program. Visit rbcinsurance.com to see the stories of this year's 13 winners. By Nike Bauer, the equipment brand of choice for Team Canada. And by TELUS, the future is friendly.
Alan York has allowed 1 goal. A lot of chances for Humboldt here in the third.
Yeah, Camrose is trying to put some pressure, offensive pressure on Humboldt, and they got caught with a high dump, 2-on-1 opportunity. They've seen a few of them tonight, but unfortunately, Humboldt haven't been able to capitalize.
Big lines on the ice again. Stollery gets the puck off the draw, will dump it in. Chasing is Colburn. He'll get to it first. Petio with a shot, short side. Colburn again using that long reach to his advantage. Petio in the corner with them. There comes Dean Petio. He's tripped in front. No call. Point shot through some bodies. Blocked. Now under 3 minutes to go.
It's a costly non-call there. I thought for sure it was a penalty.
Petio. Connolly to Jesse Todd. Todd. Pick move. Stollery keeping it in. Connolly. Colburn now. Can't get to it. And again, down the ice it goes. And an icing call, so the face-off will come back to the Humboldt zone.
Another block shot by Humboldt. They get in all the lanes. The puck can't get through the net.
Boris Rybalka, who won with his Camrose Kodiaks back in 2001, is a former Humboldt Bronco. Played Junior A there. Draw one by Camrose. McWilliam lets it go. Weak shot, though, behind the net. Allen cannot get it out. Olsen. Along the boards. Andre Herman has it knocked down. 2 minutes to go now. York will corral it. Expect Colburn and Connolly and Todd to be out here shortly. And an icing call. Good hustle there by Alex McLeod. But now the faceoff will come all the way into the Camrose zone. Here are the recent champions. Aurora last year. Kyle Turris in the Burnaby Express 06. Weyburn in a thriller over Camrose in Weyburn in 05. Aurora 04. Humboldt in 03.
Yeah, both teams are on that list, and one of them is going to be on it again after this, maybe after this period, if someone doesn't produce something.
Schrader is stopped again. Alan York has kept his team in it here in the third period. And there's an offside call at the line. And so the Humboldt Broncos, the guys in that kind of blonde green hair with those green uniforms, the Broncos trying to bring another Junior A championship back to the heartland of Saskatchewan. A minute 33 away, and we have a timeout.
Yeah. Camrose taking a timeout here to try to regroup the troops, try to get that last push in and try and get the equalizer.
The 2008 RBC Cup on TSN is brought to you by Chevrolet. Hockey brings Canadians together, and Chevrolet brings Canadians to hockey. Share your hockey stories at letsgochevrolet.ca. And by Molson Canadian, the true taste of the game.
We are back live in Cornwall, Ontario. Boris Rybalka and his Camrose Kodiaks, #1 ranked against #2 ranked Humboldt Broncos. Very little separating these teams. 1 goal separates them right now. Face off just inside the line.
You look down the other end, the goalie's pretty far out of the crease, so you know they've been discussing when the goalie's going to get pulled, and if he's looking at the bench right now.
They're telling him to hang on. They're going to try to get a whistle, it looks like, down to this zone. Todd. Now Colburn. Joe Colburn in front. Connolly misses the net. Quick shot. A minute 10. York still in his net. Colburn now. Backhand. Tried to feed Petio for the one-timer. Colburn. Todd. Looking for Connolly. Lost it. Colburn in front. And there will be a penalty coming to the Broncos on Joe Colburn in front. Oh, man.
He's got all the drama and suspense we want. That's for sure. It's coming right down to the end.
Jordan Schindel will go to the box. He hooked Colburn in front.
That's a great pass by Colburn there. There's a penalty. obviously a desperation hook, but it's going to probably be a 6-on-4 power player, so this is a great opportunity for him.
Colburn wins the draw. Petio the shot. Lost it. Now down the ice. 50 seconds to go. 6 attackers to 4. Stollery to Petio. Almost lost it. Herman. Back to the point. Connolly has it again. 33 seconds. Connolly to Stollery. Petio. Blocked away by Rintoul. Connolly, 20 seconds to go. Doesn't take the shot. Stollery again. A bouncing puck. Jesse Todd now. 14 seconds. Connolly. Stollery. Petio again. 8 seconds. Maybe one more chance. 4 seconds. Oh, my goodness. What a save. With 1 second to go. A game saver. A championship saver.
This is amazing.
One
save.
of the best saves you'll ever see.
Championship saving save here.
What a save. With a second to go.
You had the guy shooting the puck you wanted to.
Taylor Nelson saves the game, and the best for last. The Humboldt Broncos are the Junior A champions of Canada.
Well, Humboldt, they sure sacrificed everything. Every time the puck came out of the point, they were sacrificing the body. They're getting in the lanes. They're blocking shots. And then obviously the big save at the end. You don't really, what can you say about the save at the end? It was a season save for the most part.
What an opportunity. And Camrose Kodiaks, a terrific season. Morris Rybalka, I'm sure, is emphasizing that. But for 1 goal, 1 save, we would be in overtime right now. The Humboldt Broncos avenge an earlier week loss to Camrose, and they hang on. And the Green Machine is taking it home, the RBC Cup, back to Saskatchewan.
And here's the save. A great opportunity. We got the right guy shooting it, too.
The #1 player in Canada.
Yep.
Along came Joe, but that glove hand, Taylor Nelson. Absolutely outstanding. Player of the game. What a moment. The Broncos have won the RBC Cup. Their moms have to be very proud. We'll send you to the World Championship. So long, everybody. The Broncos have won the Cup.